All right, we live, we live, we live. Oh, let's set my topic game, and it's crazy. Well, it's good to be live again. Tonight, I'm gonna be doing 2 pairs of shoes. Well, no, try to do 3, but hopefully I get 2 done. The first one I'm doing, I'm doing a mismate of Gojo and Sukuna like I did before, but this time I'm doing a different pair. This got to order. So this is the Sukuna pair. You got the Heian form. And then, let me do this. And then this is the Gojo pair. So I'm starting with the Gojo because it's simpler. It'll be easy for me to get some momentum built so I can go and get started and get these knocked out. You know, I need to get these done by the end of the weekend, so let's get cracking. Cut some music, and then we gonna get going. Nobody in here yet. What the hell did I name this stream anyway? Oh, pain. No, this is not what I'm doing today. That was the last one that I did. But see, I got a few of y'all in here. Today I'm doing Gojo versus Sukuna again, and I'm going to try to fit this Attack on Titan pair in here I'm doing. So I need to get all these done tonight, which I got most of the work done, so I'm going to try to just wrap it up. It shouldn't take me that long per shoe. See, Jazz, is that you? My girl. I'm bagged up on a lot of these shoes, so I need to go ahead and get this stuff wrapped up. I need a different color. I need a light blue. You can mix me some light blue. I'm trying to do like a thing with their domains. So if y'all wasn't here earlier, it's gonna be mismated with this Sukuna shoe. What my thing is? Yeah, it's gonna be mismated with this shoe. So shit. Matter of fact, I need to might as well just go and do the other skin on this shoe. It wouldn't make sense not to do both of them. What's up? I see I got a few more of y'all in there. How y'all doing tonight? I'm doing a Gojo versus Sukuna pair. I got another order for it, so I'm pushing these out. All right. Why is it lagging? Go here. Here you go. Live a better life. So this the Gojo shoe. I like the way it turned out. I got to do one more that's like this. And then, because I did two different pairs of shoes. I did left and the right of this one, and I'm going to do a left and the right of the Sukuna shoe. So for anybody that don't want to see what the mate look like, it's going to look like this. This is what the mate going to be. So I just got to finish that. I got to do the other Gojo shoe. And then we're going to get cracking with that. So I just got to finish this other one, and then we're going to get cracking with Sukuna. Shouldn't take me too long, since I did that Gojo shoe kind of fast. See, I got a few of y'all in here. How y'all doing tonight? It's a nice little Saturday. I got to get these done by this weekend, so that's why I was like, let me go ahead and jump on live tonight. Nah, y'all ain't chatting tonight. Y'all want to just watch tonight, huh? That's fine, though. I'm glad y'all here. I gotta get the whole piece of her. Dorian, right? Follow me. Oh, I forgot about her. Says Pain Prince says, "Ooh, I'm late. Is there a Sukuna pair with this one?" Yes, it is actually. So every time I do a Gojo pair, for whatever reason, some people always want like to mash up the half and half. So normally what I do is I always just make two pairs of one pair of each. So this is the mate to this one. So you can see them both together. So I was doing the thing where I was kind of trying to, show the effects of their domains when they clash. Like, normally I'd be watching the show like while I'm doing it to kind of get a gist of what I'm doing, but I kind of already know this one because I did it so many times. So I'm doing this one too for the Malevolent Shrine and Infinite Void. So I think they'll look cool side by side, especially when I get done. Paint pretty nice, yeah. So, and this is the finished Gojo piece right here. So, like, this is how the other one will look when I get done too. So, I'm gonna make two pairs of the two, like, I'll make a left and a right shoe of each, and then they're gonna be mated with the other. So, once I get finished, so it'll be two pairs of shoes, two pairs of mismated shoes by the time I get done. So, I'm looking forward to seeing the final result. I need to get them done this weekend, so I got to get to it tonight. So that's fire. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Believe it or not, like these are typically my most popular people that I make. So like, if I go to a convention or anything like that, is these? Let me say, Spider-Man, Pain from Naruto. Who else? Any Dragon Ball Z characters are popular. Anybody like that. It says, are you going to sell the mismatch or the same character? No, they're gonna be mismatched. They're gonna be mismatched. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Like, it's two pairs, but the left shoe with this one gonna go with the right shoe of the Sukuna shoe, and then I'm gonna go from there. So that way, they can be mismated like that. Because I like to do shoes like that. Because normally the mismated pairs tend to do better too, and plus it gives you a way to do different things without having to do the same thing over and over again. You don't have to make the same, because it's sometimes it's hard to replicate the same image twice. It don't look exactly the same. Like it'll still look good, but it doesn't look exactly the same. So but I enjoy making them though. They're really fun. Like I said, I'm a little burnt out on doing these two, but they the money makers. These two right here, they make all the bread. So I gotta keep, I gotta see what they buying. So if they gonna keep asking for Gojo and Sukuna, I'm gonna keep making it. So but it's fun. It's fun to make though. Say, okay, cool concept. Yeah, the concept is great. Yeah, the concept is great. I really like doing these, and it's always this discourse about who's strongest or whatever. So, it gets to keep that alive. Personally, I think Gojo's the strongest, but since he lost the fight, I know a lot of people gonna have something to say about that. But yeah, I enjoy making these. I just try to find new ways to make it interesting. Like the more times I do it, because you like I told you, I really don't like making the same thing over and over again. Yeah, but I appreciate you joining me tonight. I know it's a little early for a lot of people, so he said, "Can we only ask you art questions, or do you like questions about current events?" You can ask me anything. Like it can literally be anything. You know, like I had some 14-year-olds asking me questions the last time I was on here, so it can literally be anything. So what? Shoot them at me. What type of ideas you got? No, to be honest, I don't even know what current events is. I mean, I know what it is, but I don't know what's going on. But I'm assuming you're gonna ask me a question, so I'll figure it out then. All right, let's put the black in now. He said, okay. Yeah, shoot at me. Whatever. What current event question you got? I'm curious. You know, now I'm interested to see what you're gonna say. How do you think about Shannon Sharp getting fired? Was that first? You trying to get me canceled? Uh, Personally, I don't care. Like, I don't care. It's not my business what he do, but he knew better. He should have known better than to be, dealing with a woman that young. You know what's gonna come behind it, man. But it's his life, his money. He can do whatever he want to do with it. Me personally, I wouldn't have did it, you know. But to be honest, like I don't like how his personal life, how people's personal life is getting them fired from their public job. I mean, like I get it that he was alleged to be I don't know if I can say that on here, but a rapist. You know what I'm saying? So I know he was alleged to be that, but you know until proven otherwise, why is he fired? You know what I'm saying? Like he settled. He didn't get convicted. Did nothing happen. So I mean, but I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. But like I like him as a commentator. I don't feel like he should be getting fired because of that. But hey, you know, I ain't the one making the decision, so it don't matter. I feel like he shouldn't have put himself in this situation. He got to take more responsibility for the situation he put himself in. That like he should have been dealing with that woman no way. That was a good question though. What else you got? That was a good question. You said I agree. Okay, yeah. Man, he had no business doing that. Like what you dealing with a woman that's 19 for and you in your 50s. So, like, come on, bro. Spread this out. But yeah, he was tripping with that. But I guess ESPN is owned by Disney, so I could guess they looking for a more family friendly type of image. So that could hurt them. Yeah. What else you got? That was a good question. Who's your top three rappers? Three old and three new. Okay. So if I got like I don't like a theme with me is that I don't like the updated stuff. Like I'm one of them dudes that I don't like the newest generation of stuff. I don't like it at all. So if I have to pick three of the newer, up to date rappers, I would say, probably I would prefer to listen to Drake. I would prefer to listen to, like, I don't know. So it's like, what's old? That's what I'm trying to see. Because if you talking about anything old like 90s or something like that, then yeah, that's different. But if you talking about because these kids today saying that some people that came out in the 2000s is old, so is that old? Like, does Drake count as new or old? So but I'm gonna say count new because he's still present. He's still current. New, I'm gonna say Drake, Future, even though Future might be in the same boat as Drake. Drake, Future, and probably I don't know who I like. I don't like nobody. I don't know. Like, I can't think of nobody. Like I probably say J. Cole, but he in the same boat. I don't like nobody that's just like brand new that just came out recently. Like, I like Lil Baby a little bit, but you know what I'm saying. But like, it ain't too many people that I look at and be like, "Ooh, yeah, he got nice music." Um, like, it might be a song or two from each artist that I like, but not really. And then who else from old? Like, I like Tupac. I hate Jay-Z. 2000 is old. That's insane. That's insane. But okay, all right, 2000 is old. Then, but Wayne is old then, right? If 2000 is old, then Wayne is old. What? Okay, you're right though. Because I didn't think of Wayne as like a up to date person, you know. Because I think Wayne is still dropping stuff, but I don't want to hear that right now. So I would have threw Wayne in my old one. I forgot about Wayne. So if 2000 is old, I'm gonna go Wayne, Lil Wayne. I'm gonna go Lil Boosie, and I'm gonna go. It's tough. I'm gonna say Gucci Mane / Young Jeezy. Gucci Mane / Young Jeezy. Them would be my top three from the 2000s. Because I'm gonna count Gucci and Jeezy as one artist. Because I don't know, I can't pick between them. They 3A and 3B, and then for the new, I'm just gonna do Future, Drake, and shit J. Cole, because they're about the best thing going for me. I don't really like nobody else. There ain't nobody else that I look at and be like, ooh, I want to listen to them. So, who is yours? Since 2000. Oh, that is crazy. I look like I need to stop streaming if 2000 is old. That was a good question, though. Because I don't listen to rap like I used to. Like when I was younger, I don't used to listen to rap as much as I used to. But back in the day, for sure. I'm curious to see what your list is now. Man, putting it on this lip right here is crazy. One thing I do want to do though, I do need to see that new Fantastic Four movie. I do want to see that. Goof. Oh, good. I was gonna say, dang, goof. Wayne Future Drake. Okay, solid. But then that's an old list then if it got Wayne in it. Hmm. Oh my pen go. Here you go. That's a great list though. Now here go a different question. How do you feel about the WNBA players getting? Yeah, I'm trying to get me canceled tonight. Uh, like put like this: if the NBA gonna keep like supporting the league, then yeah, pay them. You might as well. Yeah, like if the NBA is gonna cover the cost that they lose of the money that they're losing, then yeah, pay them. Why not? Take Jaylen Brown and making $70 million a year. Yeah, take 20 of that. You pay him 50 and give the WNBA players a raise. Let the WNBA players make 1 million, 2 million, whatever. Top players make 10, whatever. Like you can take some of that money and give it to them. If the NBA is gonna keep covering, I know they go together hand in hand, but why not? I'm like, if you talking about from a business standpoint, no, but if you talking about from what's actually happening, the NBA subsidizing them and keep covering the money that they're losing, yeah, pay them. Why not? Why not? If you gonna keep saving today, why not? Go on, pay them. That ain't no different than anything else. I think they're gonna have to change how they do it though. Like they might have to if they're gonna pay them more, they might have to do it like how like high school is or something like that. Like make it where the ladies play right before the men do, which that might not be a bad idea because you might be able to sell more tickets like that. Make them play an hour before the men, 2 hours for the men or something like that, so that way they get to do their run, and if somebody wants to see a WNBA game, they play the same. They like the schedule mirrors the NBA game. They have to play the 82 games that the men play, but they'll get their money. They'll get their money. They get to play more games. Their stats go up, all of that type of stuff, and you could justify paying them more like that. But I don't know. Like I hope the best for them. I'm not saying it from a position of I don't want them to get paid. Like I would never say that. I want everybody to get their money. But if you gonna look at it about a business wise, they're not generating enough money to cover the league. So it's like, how can you ask for more money if the league is not profitable? So it's like, to me that's a little tough. But if the NBA gonna cover it, why not? Why not pay them? Why not? You know what I'm saying? Just write that off as a tax deduction and call it a day. Because the WNBA ain't got nothing but what, about 12 teams, something like that. So, and then just go from there. But I don't know. It'll be a lot. Like with that high school stuff I said, it'll be a lot they have to change with that. They have to bring in more teams. They'll probably have to bring in 30 WNBA teams, and then go from there. But which I feel like it wouldn't be a bad idea because you'll give more girls the opportunity to play. Because I know a lot of women that's good in college, they don't make a WNBA roster. They get drafted and don't make the roster, which is insane. So, but yeah, y'all trying to get me canceled and I ask questions like that. I'm like, I want them to get their money. I promise I do. But you know what I'm saying? Like at some point you gotta talk business. Like we ain't trying to be out here and be broke. Man, that's crazy. Yeah. Who is your favorite WNBA player? Well, currently I don't have one. I like Asia Wilson. She's a good player. I actually got her shoes, the A1s, the basketball shoes, and I like the way they play in. I like those. So I would say her. But like, do I actively watch her? No, not like I used to when I was in high school and stuff. I used to love watching WNBA back in the day because Tamika Catchings was my favorite player back then. Um, but yeah, yeah, I know. Like, people, they ask you that question, see if you actually watch WNBA. Like, yeah, I used to. I used to be the biggest fan of WNBA. I always like to watch the girls play. Like, when I was in high school, I used to watch the girls game and be mad that we had to go in the locker room because we had to get ready for our game. But like, I used to love watching the girls play because when you take away the athleticism and stuff like that, when you take away the all that, you usually it come down to the fundamentals of the game. Like, the girls game is more, put it like this, it's more surgical. You have to execute. You have to get the shot that you want. You got to pass the ball around to get to the shot you want to get to. And it always intrigued me because they didn't necessarily rely on, oh, I'm quick, I can get past you. No, we're going to pass the ball, backdoor cut, layup, swing the ball, swing the defense, shift the defense, oh, wide open three, we're going to shoot that. Like, that's what I liked about it. But I hope they get their money, though. I really do. But I know it's people that actually praying on their downfall, but I ain't one of them. That was a good question. The WNBA. What is your favorite animes of all time? My favorite anime of all time is it's Attack on Titan. I love Attack on Titan. I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, so that was the thing that kind of got me into it. That got me adjusted to watching it, and then, like, once I grew up, I kind of stopped. I kind of fell out of it because I started playing sports and stuff like that. I really didn't have the time to watch it like I used to. But once I got older and I started, start working, and I was sitting at my desk, my cousin sent me a list of animes to watch, and then I jumped in Attack on Titan. It made me fall back in love with anime. So that's my favorite one of all time. Well, not of all time. Well, I guess you would say all time, but especially of the newer gen stuff. So, and then I started watching it in between season 2 and season 3, so it wasn't that long of a wait time for me when the seasons were coming out. It just was that, I think, there was 2-year gap between season 4, part 1, part 2, whatever. All that waiting we had to do. I couldn't stand that. But I really enjoyed that anime. What's another one I liked? Uh, I liked Seven Deadly Sins before it got trash. Escanor was my favorite on there. And then who else? There's plenty of anime. I used to love My Hero Academia before. Everything before season 4, I really loved. But then it's like when season 4 came out, they just switched their whole tune. They started doing other stuff, like with the airy stuff and all that. I couldn't stand that. What else? Another one I liked. Like, I like Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't like it like everybody else, but I do like it though. And I like Solo Leveling so far. Solo Leveling is good. Now it's getting to the point now where I'm tired of the aura farm and I'm ready to see him get challenged. Like, who's strong enough to mess with dude now? So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. Let me see if there's anything else I'm thinking about. Who else? I'm trying to think. I had to pull up my Crunchyroll because there's a lot of stuff I didn't watch. One thing I know I liked, but it was a movie. It wasn't show. I really love Sword of the Stranger. That was fire to me. I really love Sword of the Stranger. That was really good to me. Um, Sword of the Stranger was good. Um, what else? Hmm. Let me pull that up so I can see what I can watch. I can watch so much stuff. Crunchyroll. It's over here. Offload it. Who is your favorite basketball player? My favorite basketball player today is Kyrie Irving. But he's not my favorite of all time was T-Mac, Tracy McGrady. Now I know some people know, he been in the news lately, for what he said about the Kobe stuff, which I actually agree with him. Like I feel like he would have won a championship with Shaq. Anybody that's saying he couldn't, it either is young or they just a Kobe fan. But you know what I'm saying? I do feel like he was good enough to do that. Now, him leading a team, no. But him being good enough to be a second option to Shaq, absolutely, he could have did that. So, you know, but yeah, he's my favorite player of all time. But as of today, who I like watching Kyrie Irving. You know, with the T-Mac stuff, people kept saying, could he win with Pau Gasol? That ain't what he said. He said he could have won with Shaq, not Pau Gasol. He clearly couldn't lead nobody. I was a Houston fan, so I enjoyed, I enjoyed watching him. But I can't tell you how many disappointments I seen. Where it was time to close the game and he didn't. Well, I ain't gonna say he didn't come through because he did do his thing. He just didn't bring it home. And for whatever reason, you can call it what you want, but he just didn't get the job done. So and it is what it is. But but so I'm not gonna give him. I'm not gonna say he could have led a team to a championship, but he definitely could have did it as a second option for sure, because he had all the skill. It's just he wasn't the leader that Kobe was. And even then, I would still argue that the Kobe wasn't gonna win anything if they didn't fleece Memphis out of Pau Gasol. Because I'm from Memphis, so I know how good Pau Gasol is. So and then when you see them folks get him for free, traded Pau Gasol pretty much for Kwame Brown, like, hey, what are we talking about? You got a Hall of Fame big man for somebody that was sitting on your bench. That's a deal. All day and all night. Damn, I gotta paint back over there. Got a little smudge. Okay, I already did it. Let me paint back over there. And then, but the first person I ever liked, the first basketball player that was ever my favorite player is Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd was the first person I ever liked that made me want to play basketball. That had me like, oh, when I play basketball, I want to play like him. That was the first person that made me feel like that, which is kind of still reflected in my game today. Which anybody that plays with me knows, I kind of have that type of skill set. Like I want to get in the lane, pass the ball, and do all that type of stuff. So, or am I? Cook this smudge up. But y'all asked some good questions now. Like I didn't think y'all would ask me about stuff like that. Who I like as a basketball player. Yeah, man, I love. Well, I like put it like this. I love Kobe too. Kobe just wasn't my favorite player. You know, I like when it came to the T Mac and Kobe stuff. I like that. That was a legitimate debate. I just like T Mac more, but I still like Kobe. What I don't like now is it's like I'm torn between the two sides because people are trying to hype up Kobe as if he was just so much better than everybody else in that era, and it's like he was him. But until maybe 2005, 2006, like he was pretty much on par with everybody else. He wasn't head and shoulders above everybody else until then. Then from about 06 to like 10, there wasn't nobody else touching him. But before that, everybody was in the same rank. So let me do this before I forget. But I am almost done with this shoe. Thank God. Then I get to move on to the next one. Talking slowed me down a little bit. Those were some good questions. Have you ever got cooked in basketball? Absolutely. Absolutely. I got a couple times specifically that like the first two that came off the top of my head. One time was maybe how old was that? That was like 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago. I played a guy that worked with me. His name Braxton. Y'all he might see this video. but but I'm talking about like we was talking trash at work. Not me and him, but other people. And then they was like, you can't guard dude or whatever, blah blah blah. And then so they, we set up a hoop session to come hoop on Sunday when everybody got off work and stuff like that. And then once I was like, man, I'm a player. I'm gonna guard him when he show up or whatever. So I was fresh off an 8-hour shift working. He got out the bed, and then the second he showed up and got in the game, it showed. He put I think he scored like 4 straight times. It'll be like quick, like boom, boom, boom. I was like, whew, my homeboy had to come get me. He had to put his hand on my shoulder, like, hey, Nick, you're getting cooked. Just come on. Come on. And you know how bad they had to hurt my pride to switch, but I was getting cooked. I was getting cooked bad too. It was bad. It was in front of everybody. You know, other coworkers was there. Everything. It was bad. But I'm a these questions are good. Yeah, they're good. They're good. I actually like them. I'm actually, like opening up a little bit, I guess you could say. But damn, it scuff a little bit. What is this? I just paint over it. But yeah. But yeah, that was one time I got cooked, but that was the most recent time. That was a couple years ago. But I'm gonna use the excuse. I'm gonna use the excuse of that my wife was pregnant with my son, and I was feeling the pregnancy symptoms. I'm gonna use that as my excuse. I'm gonna use that as my excuse. So I gotta rationalize it in my head. I can't just say I got cooked and then that was just the end of it. Nah, I was cooked because the baby was on the way, and you know how when the dad gets sick and all that. Yeah, I'm gonna use that. Um, but anyway, I'm gonna tell you the other. But hold on, this is the Sukuna shoe I'm about to start on that. I finished the Gojo pair, so I'm gonna work on the Sukuna pairs, and then we gonna get this crazy. But and the other time I got cooked was my homeboy Brian. He might see this too. Um, like I was in high school. He might have graduated, but I was in high school, and we used to hoop at the YMCA in Olive Branch, and I guarded him all the time, man. I never really got cooked by him like that. But this particular day, I don't know what got him to do. That man was killing me. Like I'm talking about, we used to play a half court, like 4-on-4 to 24. When I tell you he had maybe 18 of the 24, he had 18 of the 24. I was getting killed. So, it was so bad. I feel like I had to leave the jail. Like it was that bad. But that was the first time I really got cooked in front of people. So, I was like, man, look, I ain't never played that bad. But it is what it is. I just feel like with that day, this is how I'm gonna rationalize that. I feel like he was just hot. And that's why I got cooked like that, because he was just hot. When I tell you, I was there though, and he just made all his shots. So what's that noise? Oh, okay, it is. It's a laugh, yeah. Talking about I was getting cooked though. Like I'm talking about bad. I had to go home after that one. It's okay, bro-in-law. Why you got this crazy picture? That's funny. Why you got this crazy picture here? But I know, but that was what shit, I was in high school then, so that was at least 18 years ago. So I was like maybe a sophomore in high school when that happened. So he probably don't these guys, they probably don't even remember that, but hey, it's all right. I'm glad to see y'all in here tonight. That's funny. That picture is crazy. Let me see. Let me see if there's some more questions in here that I might have skipped over. I keep getting violations, so I just not be the one. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, well, if it's gonna work, if it work, it work. If it work, it work. That's funny. They got to be like, hey, is it working? I'm curious. Is it working? Yeah, that's funny. If it's working, then shit, stay like that. Okay, here go another question. It say that's funny. It says, how do I get into painting shoes like you do? Honestly, just try it out. Research the materials. I use Angelus paint like this. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, like just get as many of the colors as you can, and you're gonna have to practice and learn how to apply colors. Like most important thing to get an image to look good is the layers. Make sure you layer it well, and make sure that everything you do, make sure you do is say crisp. Make sure the artwork look good. Now to get these patterns and stuff, I use stencils and stuff. Man, let me see if I got an example of it. Yeah, right. Like I use these stencils and stuff, like to get the pattern. Just use my airbrush, spray it on there, and then tape off the areas that you don't want to use and stuff like that. But yeah, like it's not complicated. It just it's like building something. Like you have to build up to the piece. So like I start out with the background, and then I paint the characters in as the last thing. So I watch the whole thing come together. But yeah, it's not hard. You just gotta do your research. You can watch my video. That'll show you how to do it. It's not hard. If you can't draw, then you can just print it out. Make sure you just print it out to the right size that you want to put on the shoe, and then just kind of cut away at it till you get the right picture you want, and then go from there. Like it's real simple to do. Like it ain't nothing really complicated about it. The only thing that can limit you is your imagination. Whatever you want to come up with, you can make. So it's just up to you. You can literally create your own stencils. So it says, you don't know, say, man, I don't know. I got to make a few comments. Since you want to be a white woman, that's funny. So you got to come in as a white woman. That's funny. If it turns out that way, then hey, if it worked, did it work? And it says, what pic is it? We can't see it on YouTube. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, she on TikTok. That's why. Yeah. Yeah. She got a picture. She got a picture of a white woman as her profile picture. And like it's crazy because I know who it is. It's my sister-in-law, but she got a picture of a white woman as her profile picture. That's why it's funny because it's like I'm like, bro, I know this ain't who I think it is. That's funny. Let me see. How do you get ideas for making shoes? People give them to me. So like a lot of time, like like after I do this, it's gonna be somebody that comment under the video, like after it's done and all that. It's gonna be somebody that come in under the video and say, hey, can you do shit? Who? See right here, I need a Power Ranger shoe. See somebody else on TikTok, I need a Power Ranger shoe. See, crazy. Like right then, it's like God just heard you. He heard you. See, that's how it happens. So who you want, Emperor, or whatever you see it? Which one? You want the Green Ranger, the White Ranger? Like who you looking for? But that's how I go. Like people just ask for stuff, and then I just end up doing it. Now with these like if I'm doing one on my own without somebody telling me, I just do the most popular people. Like from Jujutsu Kaisen, Gojo, and Sukuna will always sell. Period. Like they will always sell. If he said you want the White Ranger, see the White Ranger. See, it's just that fast. So now when I get out, like when I get done with this and I get some free time to make one on my own, I'll just I kind of play with it, see if I can pause. I just see if I can make a good little mock up of the White Ranger and then go from there. So you got to confuse the enemy. Yeah, like that white woman stuff is crazy. She literally has a picture of a white woman. That's funny, man. But yeah, like if you wanna do that, if you wanna like paint and stuff like that, like find a good way, a cheap way to get some shoes. Now, if you can reuse the same shoe over and over again if you want to. Just paint it all light gray. Like after you get finished, paint it all light gray, and then you can then you can draw over the light gray, and then paint over it again. If you just want to like build a portfolio using the same shoe, you can do that over and over again. But but if you want to make it and sell it and then go buy new, like that's gonna be expensive if you don't have a way to get cheaper shoes. But yeah, it's a fun process. You will enjoy it, and it's a good medium to have. It's just you just gotta start and get going. It says dope work. You appreciate that, sis. Like I'm trying. I'm trying. I finally got monetized, so I'm trying to quit that job. Trying to quit that job. So if I can do that, then we all good. Says, hey, we met at DreamCon. Do you remember me? I can't see your picture, but more than likely I will. I remember faces pretty well. If you tell me what you got from me, I probably might remember that. If you got something specific, that'd be easy. Now I would never remember your name, but I would remember your face though. Instead of Power Ranger, White Ranger. Okay, I got some ideas. I had to pull my tablet out, then have to look at some references to see if I can come up with one. I think that'd be a cool one to do. I haven't done Power Rangers yet either. Especially when I know they got the the what's it called, the skins on Fortnite now. So I think that'd be a good thing to do. Oh yeah, y'all making this go by time go by kind of fast. Now I've been on here a whole hour and a half now. Yeah, sis, I'm trying to see what you're trying to say because I already know you probably been somebody coming saying some diabolical stuff. I'm talking super crazy. It says, "How old are you?" I'm 33. In my head, I'm 19, but in actuality, I'm 33. You know, like everybody calling me Unc now. I don't like that. I don't like that Unc stuff. Like Unc used to be 45, 50. You know, I didn't know. I don't know too many. 33-year-old Uncs. It said, "Who's your favorite Power Ranger?" My favorite Power Ranger. My favorite Power Ranger is, of course, the black one. Why wouldn't I pick the black one? I don't see no reason why I wouldn't pick the black one. Like Power Rangers was fine back in the day, so and he been the only black one. I wanted to be him. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the white one and stuff like that, but when they put them, what's the movie with Ivan Ooze and they put the little ninja fits on? Oh yeah, you couldn't tell me nothing. I wanted to be him so bad. I wanted that black fit so bad. That cause they look so cold in them joints. But you talking about base Power Rangers? I wanted to be the black one, especially when they was when they first came out. Matter of fact, I kind of want to watch that movie now with Ivan Ooze in it. I might use that as an inspiration to help me make the white Power Rangers. Probably I might do next. Let me see. I gotta make it clearer. This color too. It says it says I'm I'm 21 and I just had a heartbreak. Any advice? Oh no, this is no, bro, no. I'm the wrong person to ask, bro. I promise you, I'm the wrong person to ask. Um, just my thing is, bro, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone, bro. You 21, bro. You got 100 more years to live. You will meet somebody else. If you are artist or something like that, go dive into your artwork, dive into your work. You got other stuff to worry about. Don't be worried about that. I promise you're gonna meet some more. I promise you will. I'm not even gonna harp on that too long, bro. Just do your thing and get lock in on something and get grinding. Get grinding. Don't even worry about that. Yeah, y'all asked some good questions tonight, man. Yeah, I'm about to say how to get over a heartbreak. Boy, please. I'm about to say you 20 years old, that what you said? Yeah, I'm about to say, no, don't even worry about that. Promise you're gonna be somebody else. But how y'all feeling about these shoes though? Y'all like them? I mean, I think they're coming out good so far. Damn, I didn't do this here. Yeah, they're looking great. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I feel like when the line work clean, the image normally comes out better. Like it's easier to paint it in good if the line work is clean. See, y'all ain't got no more questions for me. How did you start making art? Oh, well, I ain't gonna say how. It's what I mean. I guess you meant why. But the reason why I started making art is because I used to grow up. When I used to grow up, we used to play sports and stuff like that. There was a guy that used to play with us, and he knew how to draw like really, really well. And he used to, man, I'm talking about kill the Dragon Ball Z stuff. Like I'm talking about kill it. And I used to be like, bro, how you draw so well? Like, and he used to just, I'm talking about kill it. And then I just got to the point where I just tried to do what he was doing. And after a while, I got good at it, and I just never stopped. And then once I started watching anime and stuff, like it brought it back. Like people ask me to do other stuff too, which I will do. But the easiest thing to do is anime is probably the easiest thing to do. Let me do this. I'll focus a little bit right quick. Yeah, but art has always been fun to me. I always enjoyed it. It's more like a stress reliever for me. So like when you get in here and you build it, you build a project or whatever, and you go from there and you see it from beginning to end, and like when you get to the end point, you see the fruits of your labor. Like it's a really good feeling to see that. You know, like that's the best part about it to me. Now somebody else might tell you something different, but they're like that's what I like about it, that you can do it and then keep going. Please never stop doing art. I don't plan on it. I don't plan on it at all. Like, hopefully I get to the point where that's all I'm doing. You know, making art is always the most fun to me. So it's the most fun thing to do. It says, where can I get cheap shoes from to make art? Um, the easiest thing you can do, you can go to Burlington or like Ross or somewhere like that to have nice, like good high quality like shoes for the low. Or go to a clearance store or something like that, like a Nike clearance store or something like that. Get you some cheap shoes or whatever. But you might want to get something with some leather material, like these Nike Terminators I'm working on. The material is real good to work on, so like that's why I get them all the time. Um, like yeah, get something with some good material, and you get it as cheap as you can. If you can do that, then you fine. Because they're Ross the shoes like $30 or something like that. Like you can get them at a really good price. Now the thing is the learning curve. It depends on how long it take you to actually really start. Where you like, oh, okay, this, like I don't miss like where these are really good. You might take you a few tries or whatever. So, be ready to spend some money, which you can't. But like it's just like with anything you do, it's gonna be a gamble to start out with anyway. You never know how people gonna receive you. You never know if you're gonna like it. Like the first time I went to a convention, like I spent $500 on table. Then it was out of town. It was in Kansas City. I went there. It was $500 on table, $500 for the hotel, and probably what like another $200-300 in food and gas to get there and back. So I had to haul all this stuff up there, and I had no idea whether or not I was gonna make no money. So you're gonna have to take a gamble somewhere. So it's best to bet on yourself, and even if you lose, bet again and bet again, because it ain't no telling how far you can go. You just got to keep working and keep trying, and eventually, you might get somewhere. It says, Paint Princess, what's your favorite shoe? My favorite shoe that I've done, period, or just favorite shoe to work on. But I answer both. My favorite shoe to work on in general is an Air Force One High. That's my favorite shoe to work on. It got good spacing. It got good space, and it's still Air Force One, and you can make it look appealing or whatever. Um, Let me see if I got one. Yeah, this. Yeah, this is my favorite one to work on right here. So this is it got good area to work on, and then I still can do it, like put the designs or whatever I want to. It's real similar to this Terminator. This Terminator is just a little bit more elongated. But I also like to work on other stuff. Wait, dang it. Hold on, cut these off. I also like to work on stuff like these Kyries, like this, like the leather that's right here. This would be a good material to work on. Now I probably won't touch this part, like stuff like this with this mesh and all that. I probably won't touch none of that. But as far as the leather part, I can do something with. You know, Probably put like Ultra Instinct Goku or somebody on there, somebody that matches the theme, and then go from there. I feel like that'd be a good one to do. So that's the easiest thing for me to do. But like as far as my favorite shoe I've ever made, it's probably still the Omni Man and Invincible shoe I made. I made that maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I've recreated it a few times, but don't nothing hit like the first one. So that's probably still my favorite one I've ever made. Like where I was like, man, look, I killed this one. Like this look good right here. So Yeah, okay. So both, yeah, you said both. So yeah, that's pretty much my favorite one I made. My other favorite one, I made a Gojo and Sukuna pair with that I took to DreamCon in 2024, and it had like metallic colors and stuff on it. That one was pretty tough too. I like that one. Um, I mean, I like everything I make, but you know, if you ask me what one of my favorite, like them the ones that I would say that I enjoyed the most, that look aesthetically the best, and I was like yeah, these gonna turn me. Another one that I like that other people didn't like as much. I really like that Moon Knight prayer. I really did. That Moon Knight prayer I made, I really like that one too. Um, it just, you know, people wasn't messing with it like I thought they would, but I liked it. And then that Cyclops prayer I made was good too. That one was tough. I like that one. And see, I made so much stuff. I'm trying to think. Because I really can't think of nothing else that I really, really just like. All right. So now I can paint his mask, his thing in. Yeah, doing art has always been fun for me. I really enjoyed like doing it and stuff like it. Like it gets to the point that I like them seal. I knew it was something I wasn't thinking about. The seal pair I made from Dragon Ball Z. I did all four really, but like you know imperfect, semi perfect, perfect seal, and then the was Seal Max from the new movie. I did that one. Let me see how much different this color is. I gotta mix this. Yeah, but that was one of my favorites. Uh, I should have did that as skin tone. Let me darken it up a little bit. Yes, the Invincible Prayer. Oh shit, yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. Shit, one of that is my favorite one. And that one and the Dragon Ball Z Purpose Fire too. They're like, yeah, that's one of my favorite ones too. I really love that one. Add a little blue to it, just a drop. Another thing too about doing this, it really teach you about how colors work, like what colors make what, and how to mix them and make this darker and do that and do this. Make sure I mix this real good. Mm-hmm. But I'm not gonna lie, like as far as these going so far, this probably be one of my favorite prayers too, because I really like the way these turning out. Now you could say that this just, oh, you biased because you're making it right now. Not true, but I'm really feeling these so far. Yeah, I gotta make a darker brown so I can put the shadows in here. So, what's your goal with making sneaker art? To be honest, I really don't have one like that. Like honestly, I would like to do it full time and just and just make shoes like this and then stuff like that. But don't get me don't get me wrong. I love doing it. Like it's fun to do. Like I really enjoy making sneaker art and stuff. Like and I the people who get them from me, they really like it too. So it's like it's a certain satisfaction you get from seeing people you know enjoy your artwork and stuff like that. So it's like I would just do it because of that. Like if I just keep doing it at the pace I'm doing it, I mean I wouldn't. I would like to do it full time, but if this is what I have to do, then I'm fine with this. Because it's fun. It's fun to do. Make this a little bit darker. I need just a little bit, so I can put the shadows in his mask. Yeah, but I'm glad I got y'all in here. I'm glad y'all liking it and stuff like that. That makes me feel good about doing it. Because when I first got on here, there wasn't nobody in here. No, it was just me. So, but if you just not getting in here and you don't know why I'm doing it, why I'm choosing to do this, I'm doing the domain expansion between Gojo and Sukuna, and I'm gonna do them mismatch. They're gonna be two mismatch pair or whatever. So whew, grinding through it. Mix a little bit. That's funny. Yeah. How y'all feeling about it? They looking cool? I'm gonna do a little touch up on his face and stuff like that. But other than that, I think we about down with him. Let's ink this thing and we're gonna be up out of here with this one. Hold on, y'all. Nah, yeah, that's my dad calling. Somebody finna bring my son to the house, so I was hoping you were gonna keep him all night, but wishful thinking. These turned out better than I expected to. I really enjoyed making these. You know, it really popped. You know. So now, what's this? The right shoe, so I need the left shoe. So they don't go together like that. Put them together like that. So that's how they supposed to go. I guess I made it fair. Even though the Sukuna prayer is a little way more detailed. But it'll be alright. Just knock out the last shoe and call it a day. Got a little ways to go before I finish these, but overall, I think these one of the best ones I did. I guess because the line work real clean. That's no. Angel, Nick. What's up, Angel? I ain't even see you. Yeah, that's right. Okay. It said, Beckler, I love your stuff. Is this the first time you've been live? No, no, it's not the first time I've been live. It said, no, I've been live a few times. It's my first time being live in a while. I just haven't been doing it time, work schedule and stuff like that. But it's been cool though. Rose, my boy, what it do? I might say I was supposed to come hoop with y'all this morning, but my foot, I stepped on one of them. I stepped on one of them toys at the house, so my foot been hurting. But it said am I holding this shirt? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't know where this shirt is. I promise you, I was looking for it because I meant to bring it to you last time, but I do not know where this shirt is. I found every other one of them type of shirts except that one. I promise you, I ain't holding this shirt hostage. Because if I wanted it, I would have said I would have said I was gonna give it to you. But shit, man, I promise you, I can't find it. I'm going through it. It said, "Nah, me and John held it down though." Okay. Okay, that's good. How many y'all had? Did y'all have a lot? Because it looked like y'all had about 12, 13. I need to get right. I need to get right anyway. I've been trash lately. I need to get my stuff together. Every time I go hoop with y'all, I just be sitting there thinking to myself, all right, at what point are you gonna play like you good? Because I've been straight trash. Like it was really about the past couple years I've been trash. I gotta get my stuff together. They said we had 12, we did a one. Oh yeah, y'all was straight. Yeah, y'all was super straight then. Did a 150 session. Y'all was super straight. They said got a whole highlight. Say, oh, you brought the cameraman? Bringing the cameraman is tough. You gotta go. You gotta go and start the I'm finna post on TikTok. I'm about to say, you gotta go and start the YouTube channel and place the whole hoop session on there. Cause you go to enough of them to do it. So somebody on here earlier asked me, have I ever got cooked in basketball? I was like, yeah, I had to tell a couple stories. Yeah, let me see, because I've been live for almost 3 hours, so shit. I didn't talk about a whole lot on here. It said, nah, man, you ain't got cooked. You you be getting winded. Well, that's true too. That's true. That's true. I mean, I haven't got cooked out there with y'all, but they were just asking me in general about have I got cooked by anybody. Have I got cooked by anybody in general, just like throughout life? And I was like, yeah, of course. You know, like because I always like to play defense and stuff like that. So you know, if you play defense enough, you go out some people that's like, you know, on some high level basketball, you gonna get cooked. I mean, because you know, you're not everybody's matchup. It's some guys that I look at and be like, yeah, I'm supposed to be able to guard him, and then go out there can't hold a pitch up. Like for whatever reason, I'm just not his matchup. But it's also been guys that felt like they supposed to get off on me and they couldn't. So you know, it is what it is. So instead of getting cooked, it was one dude. It was one dude when I was probably was in my prime, boy. I'm talking about I was like it back then. And then guy, and then there was a guy. He was in like senior high school type thing, but I don't know what it was. He couldn't hoop for nothing, but for whatever reason, he had me. When I tell you that boy had me, and I'm talking about in the locked up in the most Fort Knox type of defense. I'm talking about, boy, I was done. I could not get past that man for nothing. And I'm talking about he couldn't hoop though. Like he wasn't good. So after that, I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna worry about it. I said, I learned that day. I was like, man, some people just, you know, just your matchup. He said, Burt Cloud, I'm back. What's up, man? What's up? Glad to see you back. It's crazy how y'all all jump on here at the same time. I wasn't talking to nobody about 10 minutes ago. but I'm glad y'all here though. Yeah, I've been on here. I gotta get these shoes right here out by the end of the weekend. It's a hey clouds of bears. The knickknackers are here. What is that? Okay, Rose, man finna go edit this video and post it. John got the tape too. Ah, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm definitely gonna see it. But all right, I'm gonna get up with you then. All right. The knickknackers are here. What does that mean? Alright. I'm thinking about to call it a day. I've been on here almost 3 hours. So I'm thinking I'm gonna call it a day. You've never heard of a knick-knack? No. Not in that regard, no. So what they say, like the novelty item. Yeah, I've heard the name before, but I never know what it meant. But I appreciate y'all getting on here with me. I'm getting tired. I got to a good stopping point. Like, cause all I gotta do is do his other skin tone, then I'll be done with this. So I'll probably jump back on here tomorrow night and finish his other pair. So I'll probably finish this one later. If I might get back on in the morning. I don't know. Depending on how I'm feeling. But tomorrow's project is this one. Is I gotta finish this Attack on Titan pair. You know, once I do that one, then we'll be all good. So that's tomorrow's project, is to finish the Attack on Titan pair. And then we'll be all good from there. And then that way we will be caught up and I can get all this stuff up out of here. But I appreciate y'all joining me tonight. It's been fun. Been really, really fun. But I have to be a dad, so I will holler at y'all later. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to buy something from me or whatever, you know, I got a website, nick901.com. Check that out. It'd be in the description and all of that. But yeah.